Welcome back to Autism Live on this special day as we rock the spectrum around the world. We're here with Dina Kimmel, the brilliant mastermind behind this entire idea, We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gyms. But we're going to change it up a little bit as we go around the world now. We're going to journey to nearby Glendale, where we have owner Deborah Portnoy, is going to join us right now via Skype. She has a gym in Glendale, but it's a little bit different than some of the other gyms because it caters specifically to tweens and teens. How smart are you?
No, how smart are they is
Okay.
really what it is. And that's really the mission about We Rock. And just like if you've met one child with autism, well, that's the same thing with our families. And Deborah and her husband, Michael Cohen, they built their gym to fit for their family. Mm-hmm. And people will come all over the world, okay, to train, and they can't leave that gym. And their gym is one of the smaller ones. It's 2,400 square feet, but these really tall ceilings. And I'll let Deborah tell you about it, but they're special people. And you can tell and you feel it when you walk in there. You know, because they're musicians, it's very eclectic. But again, they have those 10 required pieces of equipment. So my son and Deborah's son can know that, you know what, they can go into We Rock and get it and go, okay, this is comfortable. I know where I'm at. Right. But no, they're warriors.
So Deborah, we're thrilled to have you here with us.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
And your gym looks absolutely beautiful, as do you. And so tell us a little bit about your story and how you came to have a gym.
So I was actually on Facebook just looking around in some of the groups that I belong in that have special needs moms or dads or families as their focus. And I saw a posting about this We Rock the Spectrum in Tarzana, California. And when I looked further into it, I said, hey, I know that woman who is created this great gym. And so I reached out to Dina, and then we just continued to communicate about the great need for all kids to have access to this kind of equipment and have a place in their community where people can gather and families can share information. And I just got very excited about it and said, I want to be a part of this, but I really want to make it grow for the teens and tweens. My son was 12 years old at the time, so that's how we got in.
And this of course interests me because, you know, my son is 13 and I see in these teen years they have a lot of energy and that needs to be worked out, and they have a need for that social interaction, that being around peers, and they're, especially for the boys, I shouldn't say that, because for the girls as well, there's something about having a level of fitness and being able to do things that's part of that social experience.
Exactly.
And so I'm curious to know, Deborah, talk to us a little bit about what are some of the things that you've done at your gym that are for those tweens and teens.
Okay, so if you can see behind me just a little bit here, we have in our MultiPurpose Room, which we do use for our birthday parties, but for the most part it's always open, and we have a full drum kit, keyboards, guitars, and a variety of different other hand and percussion instruments. So we're always encouraging exploration of people's creativity, and in our gym, if you want, I can put the camera around, but every piece of equipment that we have for kids, we also have a bigger version for the teens and adults. So basically, if there's a little treadmill, we have a big treadmill. We have a small exercise bike and a big exercise bike. The 10 pieces of equipment that all the gyms have already hold adult weight. So we just made sure that our zip line was for the largest weight for people to up to 600 pounds can ride our zip line, and we wanted the ride to be long enough with a big enough crash at the end to be fun for the bigger kids, which it is. And parents and grandparents come here and all go on our zip lines. So that's pretty unique.
What an amazing place, and to have access to on a regular basis, but what an amazing place to have a party. I
Absolutely.
mean, for any age teenager. You guys have both brought up the 10 essential pieces of equipment, and I don't think I'd heard that before. Can the two of you together tell us what those 10 pieces are?
Sure. I mean, in Deborah's gym, though, I have to tell you what's unique is, well, first of all, they have they have teenagers. Her family, her daughter, okay, is not, on the spectrum, but they wanted to create a gym that was cool,
Right.
that all the kids wanted to hang out, whether if they, had special needs or without.
And she's showing us.
Oh my gosh,
look
she's
at
going to
those
show
high
us. It's dynamite.
ceilings.
Wait till you see. Show her. Look at the surfboard table. So
Oh
this
my
is a
gosh.
surfboard. Okay, go really slow, Deb. So she's so cute. Look at us.
Yeah.
There you go. So look at this. Hi, Mike. Oh my gosh, that's her husband, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Okay, co-owner with Deborah. And look at this gym. It's amazing. Surfboard so the kids can hang out, they can eat, they can do their homework, whatever it is. But look at that. Okay, so no other
beautiful.
gym is like this. And like I said, look at that. An adult treadmill, a kiddie bike, an adult bike. It's so amazing. And you could see their crash pit. They've got the larger crash pit. But again,
love
those
it.
10 pieces of required equipment. That's the crash pit, the zip line, the bolster swing, okay, the zip box and slide, the climbing apparatus, which again, like Deborah said, holds adult weight,
Right.
A hammock swing, a tunnel. All of these are needed for our kids,
Yes.
with sensory processing disorder,
Yeah.
which all of our kids on the spectrum have. But Deborah and Michael, like I said, when there's people that were born to do this, I
Yeah.
mean, this is who they are. This is the love of their life. It isn't easy for them. Okay, this is a perfect example of, we rock the spectrum to do a business. Okay, this is not, to strike it rich. This is to hopefully provide for your family. And, we help and we guide you with, marketing and such. But what I love about Deborah and Michael is they're honest. They're honest. They say, you know what, we need help with marketing. And again, we at corporate, we're here to help them.
Yeah.
But their forte, they're in the gym with those kids making a difference every day. I mean, people maybe they live near another gym, okay? And it's not that we want this, but they might live closer to another gym, but they will go to that gym for them, for that reason.
I can well imagine.
The Autism Whispers.
Hi, sorry about that.
That's okay. That's Skype for you. That's
I'm
not
bragging
you.
about you.
Yes, she's been saying nice things about you behind your back. And I think it's amazing what you've done there. And please let us know. I want to get on your mailing list so that we know when you're doing events. Because it's truly amazing what you're doing. And we want to help to make sure that people in this area know more about your gym.
Can I tell you one thing though also
Yes.
about Deborah? Deborah also, her son, really quickly, I will tell you, her son did not speak, did not communicate when she first came on board with We Rock.
Wow.
And through her gym, okay, she found a program, okay, which gratefully now she's with the assistance of amazing attorney Valerie Vanneman is getting it paid for. But in the beginning, this was just, all out of pocket for her. But she found this program, okay, and not only is her son communicating, but what he's communicating is so profound. She teases me because I cry with every post that she does. Then she was able to pass on this amazing form of learning to communicate with our Whittier owner, who now her son, okay, is communicating.
Wow.
It's amazing. And I mean, Harry is such a love, and I just feel like what her and Michael have to give in their gym, it's, Re-Rock is so much more behind the brick and mortar location. I mean, their activities, what they do is phenomenal. They really, all of us, but I feel like them again, they are a perfect example to show that, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Their child was 12 years old and there was no form of communication. And guess what? He's communicating now. And he's communicating about, he's funny, he's running races and, talking about profound, depth of of, Deborah lost her father recently, and he was talking just in depth about wanting, to be there for his family and feeling sad and to give his room to his grandmother. I mean, all this was in this young man, and now she's getting to know her son for the first time, and I feel blessed because, of course, she found that through her re-rock.
Right, amazing.
So-
Well, I know people are going to ask, what's the program that you found?
I'll let them call Deborah. I'll let
Okay,
them
call
contact
Deborah.
Deborah.
Let's do that. Let's say you call Deborah. Reach out to her gym in Glendale, California. Reach out to her to talk to her about that. That's fabulous.
And that's
And on my website, I
Perfect.
started blogging about it. It's called Harry's Heart and Humor. It's called He Rocks, which he does.
Love it.
And she's absolutely right that until the gym was available for him to organize his physical body so he could sit down and learn to type to communicate, he had so many challenges that he was just a completely misunderstood teenager. And literally the first thing that he typed of a personal nature was, I want to run with the message so that people have the knowledge tying autism and great fitness.
Wow.
Okay,
So-
So look at her, she's doing it. You're doing it again, Deb. I'm going to start crying, but
That's
literally,
amazing.
Can you imagine?
So,
That's
and he's
amazing.
16 now, and he is involved in the Special Olympics and running, but he also is continuing to do a lot of his therapies here at the gym. He works with an adaptive skills coach, and because he goes to a special needs school and is only around kids with autism all day, it's hugely important to us that after school, whatever he does involves other kids of his age that do not have special needs, because we need all of that to be part of his life. We can't separate him out from the world all day, after school programs. By the time he becomes an adult, we need him to be fully integrated into society, and that means the more he's with kids and teens of all kinds, the better the more comfortable he's going to be. So we look at this gym really as a training ground. We want to make it cool enough so that all kids come here. Yes, it's designed for special needs kids, but it's fun enough for everyone. And while we're here in our fun environment, we teach the typical kids to ask questions, to be curious, to not be afraid of somebody who jumps around or might make noises or not have words to communicate. We show them how cool it is that somebody can use an iPad as their voice. And so we're breaking down these barriers in our gym, and then hopefully everybody will go out into the world and do more of the same.
It's amazing. Absolutely
I know. I
amazing.
told you. Now you get
It's
it.
so much more than I said, there's so many layers to this. That the gym is fabulous. The business aspect of it for people who have kids on the spectrum is amazing. But what you're doing for the community is, Deborah, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I want to be on your mailing list because I want to know when you're doing events. And we thank you so much for taking the time today to be with us, and so much for the mission that you're on.
Thank you. Thanks for including me, and Dina, thank you for all the opportunities that you've created for me and my family.